So we've got another voice note, and this is from a lady called Sabrina. I actually bumped into her very randomly, and she told me a little bit about her story of her partner being inside. And thank you to Sabrina because she's sharing it with us all now. So let's hear what she has to say.
So we've done 2 years of him being in prison. I say we because it is like you're doing a sentence as well. You know, all those plans that you'd once made, they're all on hold. But don't get me wrong, I don't focus on that. We keep making plans, new plans together for the future, set goals. We've got like our little tick list of things we want to do as soon as he gets out. And we just communicate loads. We've got our set times during the day that we speak to each other. It's good to have that routine. You know, they like their routine, so I've kind of got into that as well. Bedtime the same time every night, just so that you can talk to them for like 2 hours or whatever. But yeah, I think you become closer. We're like best friends now. The communication is so key, and we're so in tune with each other. And yeah, we know each other inside out, even more so now.
See,
Aww.
I remember I said something like that on a previous episode, that you can actually strengthen and deepen connections with your partners.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can go that way too. And I think hearing what Sabrina's got to say is evidence of that, that you get to know each other a bit better. I think, like I said before, remember guys, in my experience, guys are a bit more emotional, a bit more open with their feelings and talking about them. So I feel like that's what's happened here, and they can actually increase and strengthen their bond.
I do remember you saying that, you know, it can go, we were both discussing it can go one way or the other, you know, and if you're not in that kind of healthy relationship, then it can be detrimental to the relationship, right? And if it's not working, it could be detrimental, but it sounds like they're adopting kind of new habits and traits that are helping form, like setting the same time to speak.
Good formula.
Like, wow, like getting in a routine like that, that's really special.
Good formula.
You're both putting in that effort to speak to each other at that exact time.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying to me once as well that the conversations start meaning more because you're more attentive, like you're listening to each other more because you've only got a specific time.
And you can't talk about like nonsense. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there ain't that conversation because you're living separate lives. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're only talking about things that mean a lot to you. So,
and when you've got somebody, a romantic relationship that is doing really well and getting stronger whilst, you know, prison is in the scene.
Yeah.
Like that can really, really help people as well, 100%. You know, survive. We survive off humans and emotion and contact. So I know I said I was grateful I wasn't in a relationship.
Did you say that?
Recently?
I remember you saying something like that.
But you know, there are definitely benefits.
Yeah, 100%.
Of having your person waiting as well.
So yeah, thanks Sabrina for sending that voice note in.
Yeah, thank
it's
you.
Lovely. But yeah, so Jules, yeah? Do you remember I was... You remember I was telling you that one time I was on the train and I heard some girls talking?
Oh, yeah.
So for you guys to know, basically, I was on the train and I heard some girls talking and the topic was, would you be with someone like who's ever done time in prison? And I was just there eavesdropping. I shouldn't have been, but I was like, let me hear what they got to say. And the conversation was a bit, you know, you could debate it. So I thought, let's put it out to you guys via our social media. So we did a poll on our social media. We asked you guys, would you be with someone who has spent time in prison? And the overwhelming majority, 89% in fact, said yes, whereas 11% said no. What do you think about this, Jules?
I quite like those numbers. Yeah. You know, 89% said, yeah, look, I think there's valid reasons for yes and no. And you don't know what people have been through. So
True.
I don't think there's a wrong or right answer for this. But for 89% to say, you know, yeah, they'd give someone a go if they've got a sentence
I applaud you.
behind them. Yeah, thank you. Because, you know, I'm part of that.
Yeah.
So are you.
I'm part of that, yeah. Part of that demographic.
It's really interesting, actually. I'm quite happy with those numbers.
Just to say, Jules, yeah, obviously the people that are following us on social media have some sort of interaction with the criminal justice system, some shape or form.
And are responding.
Yeah, and
the
are responding.
The people that are responding, yeah.
You know, so maybe they're a bit biased towards, you know,
no, it's true. And maybe it would be different.
If it was on a different platform, maybe the answers or responses maybe the percentages might differ.
I would love to see this.
Yeah.
You
I'm happy with this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so a question for you, Zach, relating it back to, you know, what we're talking about in this episode today. What about waiting for somebody who's in prison? Would you wait?
Put me on the spot, Jules, man.
Yeah.
Would I wait? Okay, I'm going to be controversial. No. Unless...
Fair enough.
Unless it's my wife, then yeah, and we got kids, and like we've been together for a while, yes. I say this because...
If she's doing 10 years.
I'm waiting. If I'm asking my wife, we got kids, I'm waiting, no problem. But what I'm saying is, because personally, I'm not asking any person to wait for me. That's why.
But if you're not married, it's a no.
Okay, if we're not married, another thing, it varies. Remember we talk about this sometimes.
You said no.
Yeah, no.
Where's the line?
No, because it matters. Personally, I'm saying don't wait for me, regardless. Unless you're my wife and I'm not doing too long. No, don't wait for me.
Okay, but I'm asking you.
Am I waiting? No, because I'm not going to ask you
but
to
you
wait.
just said you would.
If it's my wife.
But if it's not your wife?
No.
Okay. Wow. That took a while, Zach.
I know, but I have to explain it though, because I don't want it to be like, Zach's just chatting. You know what I'm saying? He's been a bit cold or heartless.
Okay, fair play.
I'm just saying because for me, that's what I'm expecting. Do you get what I'm saying?
Understand.
What about for you now? Put you right back on you. Are you waiting?
Am I waiting for someone who's
doing a sentence? Yeah.
How long are we talking? There you go. It does matter.
Yeah? Okay.
100%.
All right, let's say.
No, but the only reason I asked you again was because I said, if you didn't marry, if you weren't married, then how long? Then would you wait? And you said, it depends. So that's why I asked you again.
Okay, so what it depends on is how long we've been together.
Okay.
That's what it depends on.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said before in the previous episode, I told someone not to wait. I was like, nah, it's long. Because it's a long journey. So back to you, Jules. Let's say it's between a year and 2 years.
It definitely just depends if this is my person for life. Am I married? Do we have kids? All of that jazz. Because,
no kids, not your person.
And what, I'm just seeing them?
You've been seeing each other for about a year.
I've been seeing them for about a year. Yeah. They go to prison and they're facing a year.
They're doing a year to 2 years they're going to do inside. What are you saying?
That's tough.
On the spot. Yes or no, Jules?
Am I waiting?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ooh, why?
Depends. Am I in love?
Yeah, you've been with him a year.
Is that how quickly you fall in love?
I don't know, I'm just saying. It's been a year.
Oh, it's tough. I'm in love with them. I'm in love with them. Yeah. It's been a year.
Yeah.
And they're facing a year.
Between a year and 2 years. I love how this
has come on to me. Like this
I'm putting it on you. You put it on me.
Would you wait?
I told you no.
You wouldn't wait for that?
Oh, if it's that scenario.
No, that scenario.
Okay, that scenario. We've been seeing each other for a year. We're in love. Am I waiting? Nah. Because I'm not gonna ask her to wait.
Yeah.
So I'm just. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me to put my life on pause because I'm not gonna ask you to do that.
I feel like in that scenario, especially like when you've been through it, you need to move, you need to do things with your life. You need to move on. You need to concentrate on building yourself, who you are. And I think, if you feel like you're stuck a little bit, that can be detrimental. Look, you can get back together in the future, but for right now, maybe it's...
I don't know about the
it's
future,
it's a non-waiting.
You know what just came to mind, Jules?
Please.
Imagine if that person's waited for you.
What, before?
Yeah.
No, but that would be in your position. I'd say don't wait, I need to focus on myself.
But what if you did? What if you've done a sentence? I'm just saying, the scenario, you've done a sentence and that person waited for you, now you're out and they've gone in now.
Wow.
I know, it just came to mind and now they've gone in. Are you waiting?
Do they want me to wait?
They've just waited for you, Jules. And you've been together, you've established a life together.
Well, I guess but then I've been with them longer than a year.
Of course. Yeah, probably, yes.
Yeah,
probably.
So it might change.
It's a different scenario, it just came to my mind.
Yeah. It's tricky.
I'm
waiting.
Tough. If that's the case, I'm waiting.
No matter what, if you're waiting, you have to really understand that that's your person, why you're waiting, and all that other stuff. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's put it out to you guys then.
Would you wait for somebody who's doing a sentence? You have been together a year, you are in love, but they are facing a year
to 2 years.
to two.
Yeah.
Facing a year to two.
So let us know, would you wait? Get in touch with us via Instagram and X at After Prison Pod, or check us out on TikTok. That's Life After Prison Pod. But if you're listening on the inside and you want to chime in on the conversation, you can get in touch with us via the usual way, via NPR.
And of course, as we do, we like to signpost organisations. So this is Partners of Prisoners. They support families that have a loved one inside.
Another organisation, and they operate in Wales, is Families and Friends of Prisoners, who support families and friends of prisoners throughout the criminal justice system, helping those that are struggling emotionally, physically, and economically.
So a massive thank you to you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.